Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Khorasan Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seales, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you? Population Brennan.
Yeah.
Neal Brennan.
I tried to get in on it, but
you
I
did. You are in on it.
it.
Anytime people start shouting things in an infomercial sort of way, Neal Brennan will be there to lend his voice.
That truly is one of my favorite things. I don't say that lightly. I literally do it all the time in my house.
That salad.
Stop this bit. I constantly
Stop
used
this.
to
Stop this bit.
I yell it at exes. I used to yell at my ex all the time.
Mm-hmm. Stop the insanity?
I would yell, stop this bit.
Because your ex. Stop this bit of us breaking up.
Nobody cares.
Yes.
And most famously, I know black people. That's my favorite. That was a sketch. And that's illegally.
Also
I made the crew of Chappelle Show all say it in unison.
Ironically, the same thing they shouted at the Miracle Mop one as well, which was a little uncomfortable. A little uncomfortable.
It was inappropriate.
Did the slap chop guy? He hit somebody, right? He definitely.
That's the ShamWow
guy. I think the
ShamWow guy died.
He did not die.
No, that's the OxyClean guy.
Okay, go on.
The ShamWow.
I'm the OxyClean guy.
Yeah. It all smells like oranges. Why does it all need to smell like oranges? It doesn't. I don't know if I have other smells. The ShamWow guy backhanded a hooker. Am I right?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes, that's what happened in Florida.
Oh yeah,
I
the
thought
guy
he was the
who
slap
looks
chop guy.
like the Trivago guy after a bender.
Yeah,
which is hard to do.
Yes,
it looks like the Trivago guy after he stayed at one of the worst Trivago
The
hotels.
Trivago guy's too chill for me. His center, his chi bothers me. His
voice bothers me.
I'm
Great
the
show on
Trivago
Showtime.
guy.
Chi.
Is
that pronounced chi?
That's the shy.
It's something different? Okay.
No, sorry.
It's the shy. It's about a guy who's afraid to speak up.
Got it. Well, on this show, we posit that the world is getting dumber, or I think the world is willfully and gleefully getting dumber, or dumb is fighting smart and dumb is winning a lot these days.
At a certain point, and it's not going to be long, I'm just going to go, I don't read books.
Anymore.
And I'm a guy who used to read books.
Yeah, right.
I'm an intelligent person.
And you're
but
like,
at a certain point, I'm just going to go, I'm no longer even going to buy them.
I can't do
Don't
it.
succumb.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's
Please
like
don't
they're
do
like
that,
avocados that I just like, I need them for the weekend. And then
Here I am throwing away another 5 avocados. Like the only time you'll read a book is for a Super Bowl party.
Same
thing.
Yeah,
Make a bowl of books.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting dumber, and we have proof. Our dumb ears on the ground. Our wonderful townies send us stories, and then Dan breaks them down. Dan knows the story a little bit, but Neal doesn't know it. Randy doesn't know it. I don't know it. And we try and understand what motivates these people to do the dumb things they do. And I'm so happy we have Neal Brennan here. We'll talk about all his great stuff he's got going on after that. So much.
Oh.
Dan, give it to us.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait.
Sent in by John McCrae at John McCrae the second.
Wow.
MCRA.
The Deuce, you mean?
Yeah, well, he has
They call him the Deuce.
two capital I's after, so I think that means he's the second.
He's number 2.
John McCrae.
I know that if you're the third, is your Trip or
Trip.
Trey.
Yes, we covered that. We had a show where somebody's...
Tui is you can be
No,
called
I like
Tui.
the Deuce.
You're making that up.
Nope.
The
Tui.
Deuce.
I've heard of people named Tui. I call
You are wrong.
Yeah. How about the sequel? No one gets the sequel?
How about the Squeakquel?
The
Am I right?
Squeakquel. Stuart
That's
Little.
a cute kid.
No, it was the
Chipmunks.
The Chipmunks.
Chipmunks.
And I literally would say Squeakquel every time I saw it on a billboard.
That was great.
It was a great time.
They got you.
It was a great time.
Got you good. It was just post 9/11. It was a great time.
A man who told police he punched an ATM because it gave him too much cash was arrested.
No.
Yes. This is dumb people town.
So, have you ever been to an ATM and there's been a mix-up and more money has come your way?
No, but this is how like dumb the human mind is.
Mm-hmm.
This is how long ago this was. I'm going to qualify this story, and there's going to be no story. I believe it was Chemical Bank. You guys will remember Chemical Bank.
The Chemical Brothers. The Chemical Brothers.
No, the Chemical Bank for the early 90s
That's the
became
Coke Brothers.
Chase.
Yeah.
It was before they
Oh,
changed
really?
the name.
Chemical
Yeah.
Bank became Chase. That's
Yes.
right.
I went to the Chemical Bank on 9th and Broadway, which you guys would know.
Sure.
And I deposited, at this point, I believe I deposited $20. Again, deposited. This is how well things were going.
So, and this was an event that probably meant you needed to ride a subway to get there.
I lived on Astor, so it was nearby. But
so you walked over there.
But long story short, there was no record. I was shorted $20, and I used my receipt to like prove it. And to this day, I saved the receipt, and that happened in 1992. Never been an incident since. But
did they give you back the money?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, good
You
for that.
Chemical Bank.
Good on them.
But
Look what happened to
R.I.P.
Chemical Bank.
But
They're
Neal,
still in
that
business.
time in your life, when $20 was super important.
Yes, you did not want to be shorted $20.
Oh, man.
Like, I waited in line. Like, it was a thing.
But those are the times where, like, ATMs were in vestibules, and, like, there was, like, a homeless guy in our vestibule.
Yeah,
and you're like,
absolutely.
all right, what do we do here?
Yeah.
It's really...
Yeah.
I'm fine with you being here because it's cold outside and it's New York. But
And you can't plead poverty.
No.
That's the other thing. You can't be like,
because I'm going to take money out.
Got it.
Right.
They got you in that moment.
Yeah.
They got you. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're
brilliant.
making me uncomfortable, but I totally understand your situation. And
That's
I
a
don't know what to
moment
say.
where you want the ATM to give you more money so you can just slide
it
a
to
little
them.
bit.
Remember that
bigger.
scene from LA Story where he's on Steve Martin and the girl are on the date and he goes to the ATM to get cash out. They take 2 steps away from the ATM. He's like, "Hi, my name's Phil. I'll be your mugger for the evening." He's like, "Hi, Phil. Nice to meet you."
Yeah, and he holds up
hands
his
him the
hands.
cash,
I know. Yeah.
And they
Is that
walk
Sarah
away.
Jessica? Was he with Sarah Jessica Parker on that?
Believable.
Maybe yes.
It's believable.
A man told police he punched an ATM because it gave him too much cash.
And
What is?
Did he fuck it up? Did he mess up the ATM?
Yeah,
Well,
he
okay.
did.
All
He
right.
did. I'm going to have you guys guess. He was arrested after a bank official says the attack caused, well, we'll guess later, $5,000 in damages.
Okay, so now
an
if
ATM. That's
if
a
I
beating.
used to represent Kimbo Slice, I'm now getting this guy to fight people in boatyards and try and take their eyeballs
Or an
out.
ATM vestibule.
I think I think you have him fight ATMs.
all over the world.
You don't want to call it backyard wrestling. Vestibule.
Vestibule
wrestling.
wrestling.
And he
Vesta
goes
wrestle.
in, and you see who can one punch.
Take
how
out
much damage?
How
can
much
he cause?
damage can you do to the thing? And if you go over 5,000, people start popping up and yelling "World Star."
I'm going to show you guys his picture.
World Star. No one yells it like that. No. I wanted
World
to get that.
Star.
World Star. I wanted to get everyone to
Get
chant it.
every syllable, every letter
World
represent World Star.
World Star. Cocoa Police charged Michael Joseph Olksik.
Did he get spousal abuse because he's married to this motherfucking money? Go ahead.
yeah.
Of Merritt Island on Friday with criminal mischief nearly a month into the investigation of a disturbance at a Wells Fargo bank branch. Add this to the DPT walking tour.
Where?
On 834 North Cocoa Boulevard in Cocoa.
Yeah. Cocoa.
That's a pretty
Florida.
small, pretty slow town.
Yes.
Like,
Cocoa, Florida.
Yeah.
Guys,
Cocoa
what
Bowl.
about this ATM assault? What are we doing about the ATMs?
I mean-
Guys, who's going to... Everyone care about the ATMs of this town.
It's gone cold, damn it!
Who's
Authorities?
representing the ATM in court?
Right. Well, that's what I was going to ask in your fight. How would you know who won? When is the fight over? When the ATM doesn't work
Here's
anymore?
the good news. You know how much it costs? It's a $2 fee.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
exactly.
You represent.
And you have to agree to it. You have to agree to it.
represent.
Mike, I usually represent Chemical Bank, and because I'm now representing, I got to do the fee.
I was at an
God damn it.
ATM in Vegas, $9.99
For the fee?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't your bank.
for the. There's no bank in the casinos.
in a casino.
I walked 3 blocks to a Walgreens and was charged
$5.
Yeah, I think it was like
Yeah.
$4.99 or
That
something.
reminds me of somebody's joke. I want to say Tom Papa, where you'll spend ungodly amounts of money at a blackjack table,
But-
$500 a hand, and you get to your room and the movie's $13. You're like, what in the hell?
Why
Over
would I?
my
Why are they
dead
raping me
body.
like this?
Over my dead. I'm no sucker.
He said,
I'm not going to let the house beat me on this
Yeah.
movie.
Olekset can be seen on surveillance video standing at the ATM pummeling the electronic teller's touch screen on November 29th. A short time later, an apologetic
I don't
Olekset-
understand. Too much money.
Again,
That's the thing,
I would
too.
and
That's
by the
the
way,
dumbest
I
part
can
of this.
understand if you were like Neal Brennan, shorted $20,
Yes.
and you then kind of it all comes out.
Right.
Everything
Yes.
that you're
The divorce.
the divorce,
Yes.
All of it.
my job,
all other
not,
things.
no
it's
respect.
not about the ATM. It's
It's
about
about
all the
the
other
stuff. It
problems.
all
in
comes
life.
I don't
through
get to
your
see.
fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, job firing.
But
Punch,
too
punch,
much.
punch.
Maybe he thought you're taking too much out. Like, I can't allow you to take this much out of my account. Maybe
No,
he
they
thought
were giving it to him.
I agree, but maybe he thought
Maybe
it was
he thought
coming out
that's
of
going
his
to
account.
overdraw my account. They're going to charge me for all that money.
Oh, that's fair.
Maybe
I
it
suppose.
was this guy does everything wrong. He does everything backwards.
He just-
everything backwards.
It's not that you can't read social cues. He just reads them wrong.
He just
Right.
people go hello and he goes goodbye.
Yeah.
all day.
He's a
It's different.
social Yoda.
Too much money. I'm going to beat why I never.
Yeah.
A short time later, an apologetic Olekset called the bank and told the manager that he punched the ATM because he was angry the ATM was giving him too much money and he did not know what to do. That's a man who answers problems with violence.
Or also,
You're an idiot.
Also doesn't know what to do in many situations.
You know what I do? I shut the fuck up
Yep.
and I keep going to that
And you
ATM.
walk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Forever.
Yes.
Forever.
That's something you keep on
Hey,
yourself.
I thought the restaurant was on the other side of town. It is.
No, yeah,
We're
no,
just
we
going to
got- I gotta
stop
make
here
a stop.
first.
I gotta make a stop real quick.
I got to
You
go to
need
my
money?
cash guy.
No, I don't need it. Are you sure you don't need any money?
Right.
You good on
Go
money?
ahead and trust me.
No, I'm not good on money. I just don't
got
want
an
your money.
ATM over on Cocoa Boulevard that you're gonna. You're gonna
love it.
You're gonna take
I
out
should-
20 and see what happens. No, just go ahead, try it.
I
I'll
should
wait in
say,
the car.
I don't like
what did I
ATMs.
tell you? 5 minutes later.
Told you.
Told you. I should say I don't like ATMs.
They'll never catch us with their computers and their cameras.
I mean, it's like this ATM and this bank is like the Comics Comedy Club of banks. Like they
Remember
gave
Comics in New York?
too much. They
They
were
would
giving
pay- they
too
would
much money
overpay
that you're like,
people.
you'll be closed
Yeah.
in a year.
Yes, and
You'll
sure
be-
enough, it's
and
a
they
year
were.
and a half.
And I'm like, I loved you. I loved.
Oh, I like
We're gonna do things a little differently.
I know. Like the food came to the back, and I'm like, oh, this is too good.
Yeah.
This food is too good.
What do you do? Don't drizzle anything.
No.
It should
No.
just be fingers.
This actually
Exactly.
looks like food you would get at a restaurant.
Yes.
You guys are fucking this up.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we're staying at the Hotel Gansevoort. What is going on right now?
Yeah, yeah.
I got in my room. It was beautiful. It wasn't just like a box. And I was
Yeah.
like, son of a bitch.
The headliners only have to do 25 minutes.
Whoa!
Yeah, you don't
wanna
have to
help
close
them?
strong.
No!
You don't have
Thanks.
to close.
They
strong.
That was
require
not a
that you
problem for
only-
us.
You don't
They
have to do it.
require that you only.
We do things a little differently.
Wait, you don't have to close strong? That's why we got booked so much.
$10 open bar. No, what could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong
We
here?
think this is a business model whose time has come.
Olekset also said that he was in a hurry for work and apologized for the damage to the bank ATM.
So he then took all of that again.
don't
Again,
want your
I'm in a
cash.
hurry. Let me beat up this ATM real quick.
Also, I don't want your extra cash. I want to make sure I get to work
Nothing
on
will
time.
get you to work on time like beating up a robot.
That's right.
good
And there's
way to
no way to
start.
By the
start
way,
your day.
that is coming.
Oh, of course.
People
Robot
are
fighting?
people fighting robots thinking
I've
that
said
they know.
this before. I said it on Joe Rogan's podcast. Rest in peace. I'm kidding.
Oh no,
we
we
just
don't
wanna
want
make
dead.
it
We just want to have a good night's
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, it's fine. I get it.
I've said this on Joe Rogan's podcast. Do you guys know what Luddites are?
Yeah, people who want to go back to an earlier time.
No, the term is based on during the Industrial Revolution when most things became automated. Luddites were people who would break into factories and fuck up the machines.
Destroy the machines. Yeah.
Right, but the term came to represent people who wanted.
Now it represents. Yeah. You're not
the original
wrong. But I'm saying the original Luddites were
actually
people who hated technology because it was taking money out of their
technological terrorism.
Put them out of jobs, and that's going to happen in mass with robot trucks. 3 million truck drivers are going to be out of a job.
And the good news about
3 million truck drivers not only be out of a job.
They hear this story that you can beat up a robot.
Here we go,
guys. This guy's
is on.
It's on. No. Not only are they going to be out of a job, they're going to not be able to stop at truck shops dressed as women and give hand jobs. That's
correct.
That's part of what they.
Although it does open the door to do a reboot of Over the Top, where Sylvester Stallone actually just arm wrestles a truck. He's not arm wrestling
a robot truck,
or for the truck.
Look, who am I to stand in the way of your screenwriting dreams, guys?
But listen to this. Tell me this.
I'm just minting money.
If you were at,
I'm an ATM,
if you're running to your car, let's say you're running to your car and a robot is about to write you a ticket. Robot about to write you a ticket for parking 5 minutes late.
You kick the shit out.
You're not going to kick that
pour
thing.
shit on it. They're going to sneak up behind it, and they'll do things that the robot you can't see behind you. Who's the robot now, robot?
The robot. I never called you a robot.
Who's a robot now? Who's being rational now?
Yeah. Yes.
Wells Fargo contacted the Cocoa Police Department because Oleksek called them and said, "I'm sorry about what I did."
I heard Oleksin killed his Grammy because she gave him $100 at Christmas.
He's not taking that shit anymore.
You know
because he accepted.
I was told it would be 50. You old bitch.
You know I have to go to the swing shift.
Say goodbye. Get your affairs in order, Nana.
Say goodbye to your little friend. Everything is the reverse.
He destroyed her keypad.
And then he called his family. "I'm sorry I beat up
Sorry,
Grandma.
I beat her
She was giving
up
me money. I didn't know what to do."
I didn't know what to do, and I had to go to work.
How I am.
Wells Fargo contacted the Cocoa Police Department and asked to press
It's
charges.
okay, honey. It's not okay. I'm on my way over to fight you.
And then I'm going to work.
For complimenting me.
For saying it's okay.
I'm going to be late. And the boss is like, "Are you late again? Who'd you beat up this time?" I punched a traffic light because it was green.
Yeah.
You're a loose
Green for
cannon,
too
Oleksik.
long.
It was green for too long. I was getting too many of them.
I was hitting every light.
He was arrested and booked into the Brevard County Jail Complex in Sharps, Florida. I'm going to show you guys a picture of him because we're going to play a round of Guess the Age.
Okay.
Now,
Now, this means the picture's not going to help you.
it's not.
So
I'm
guess
gonna
the
tell you-
age.
Trying to tell you.
A guy who's got a job and he wants money from the ATM and he punches it. We have an idea. In my brain, I have an idea of how old he is. Now we're going to see a picture, Neil, and this will
Can I guess before?
Yeah, of course,
you can.
Do you want to guess without
Will
seeing?
the home viewer see it?
Yeah,
because-
if they join our Facebook page, they can see
Oh,
the
boy.
picture.
Here we go.
easy. It's easy. It's
an
not
easy
boy.
choice.
But they're playing without seeing. They're playing.
Like and subscribe. We're just gonna every once in a while we'll hit you up.
Hitting anybody up.
Do you want to guess
Do you
before
want to
or
guess
no?
pre-photo? Prefontaine?
I'm gonna go 36.
Okay. Now
I'm going to look at the photo.
I got to see the photo.
Okay, I'm going to tell you two things about this. Based on his photo, you will not be able to tell if he is late, 19, or a really good 40. Also, he looks like Chris Evans. So much like Chris Evans. All right, ready?
Chris Evans, running back from Michigan?
No.
Oh,
wow.
he looks like he
I
just...
stand by.
36?
Yeah.
He
Okay,
looks
now
like
look,
he's just got out of a relationship with Reese Witherspoon.
Look at Chris Evans.
Get the fuck out of here.
You tell me he doesn't look
Wow.
like Chris Evans?
Wow.
Doesn't he look?
You know what he's
this guy
got?
looks
Too good
like
looking
Captain
to hit a
America,
machine.
and he's fighting ATMs.
You know what he's got? He's
Doing
got
America's
he's
work.
got that swoop in the hair.
Is
You
he
know,
fighting capitalism itself? This guy?
Maybe.
Is there a bigger play?
Look at this guy.
He's going to go after all the robots.
He's good
Maybe
looking.
he's the leading man going after all the robots.
Okay, so you said 36.
Yeah.
All right. Neil says
By the way,
36.
I stand by it. I think I'm within a year.
if you're
You
punching an
might be.
ATM, you have the aggression of I'm not getting laid enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to come out somewhere. This guy...
Something's wrong.
This guy's getting laid.
The problem with him is if you fuck him too much, he will beat you up.
That's right.
So
more than he wants.
Ladies, do not fuck this guy.
Do not give it up.
Do
not
Jason or
give
Randy?
it up. I think he is 31 years old.
31 years old from Randy Sklar. Jason Sklar.
This is all in Florida years, right?
Yeah. 40 years. You got to translate Canadian money.
I think he's 42.
42 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
You know what?
Wrong.
I'm wrong about that because there would be a little gray in his beard.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I'm going to say, 42. I'll stop.
Okay. Jason says 42.
Baby face.
36, 31, 42.
Okay.
And you can go over. It's just whoever's closest.
Okay. Michael
Olesnick.
Michael Joseph Oleksick, MJ if you're nasty, is 23 years old.
Oh, wow.
40 years.
All that ATM punching will age you.
How is he doing this?
All that ATM.
I didn't get a
punch
job,
his
so I
doctor.
won.
That is a 23-year-old kid.
He needs to punch his jeans.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he's punched him
Or
too
he
much.
wouldn't. Or he
Punched
wouldn't.
him.
Because,
God,
look at that.
The ATM giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Taketh his youth away. All right, there you go. Story
one,
number
guys.
one.
In
Down
the
in the
books.
We're off and running with Neal Brennan. Are you happy that we've got him?
Off and running.
With
Hi, I'm Neal Brennan.
Brennan.
Guys, hi. Hi.
The guy who the whole host just continually do. All right, well, let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll talk to Neal Brennan, and we'll do a couple more stories.
Yes.
How about that? Does that
do
sound
it.
good for everybody in
Sounds
here? All
good to
right,
me.
let's take a break.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We got Neal Brennan with us. If you haven't seen his 3 Mics special on Netflix,
man.
you're depriving yourself of great comedy.
Or see him at the end of one of Chappelle's latest. It's you and Chappelle and Stevie Wonder in those little photo montages. That was such a great picture.
That is a good picture.
Your 3 mics, man. That is
Holy
so
shit.
good.
What a
Thank
beautiful concept. What a great way to sort of elevate and sort of, you know what it reminded me of? When a really great restaurant does like,
Jason's throwing stuff. He's so
does a
good.
deconstructed
Right.
da-da-da. So it's basically you take the parts
It's
out.
like your stand-up. That special was like lamb 3 ways. Like we had like 3 different.
I don't
types.
know. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
When a really great chef is like, on this dish, I'm going to give you straight up lamb that you would get when you went to a restaurant.
Pile
and get
of
it.
yogurt.
Here's going to get some weird futuristic
Yes.
thing. And then you're going to get a totally stripped down,
Yes.
like pate of it, and that's what it was. And I thought brilliant, and I loved it.
I mean, not only it was such a great depositing of all these great jokes and pieces that you had. I'm sure you had all these like strands and things around, and you're like, how do I fit this into a
most of the one-liners were just tweets.
Yeah, right.
That
You're
I was like, well, I'm not going to, why throw them away?
Right.
How can I fit this into a stand-up set? And you came up with the perfect construction, which again, I think also speaks to your ability to think larger than, just, hey, I'm just going to present this stand-up in this way. So fucking loved it.
We'll see on the next one.
This one is called 6 Mics.
This one, I don't know what, if I'm like, I want to say like, sorry, nothing sad, gang. Like, I'm all out of sad shit. Chappelle actually suggested doing a show called Mean Things My Dad Said to My Brother Danny. Where I
just this
a bunch of and then my dad, I'm all out of shit he said to me. But one time Danny came in,
and Danny doesn't have the voice to.
No, he doesn't have the platform.
It's gotta come through me.
Gotta come through the guy.
Gotta come through the man.
Yeah,
was amazing, and truthfully, the last few times that we've hung out with you when we've done stand up together, I love the new.
You guys are all you're both very positive guys.
Yeah, but it's
I don't
what we
mean
like.
that like I don't believe it. I do believe it. That's what's so surprising about it.
Well, I think for us, we love watching people
we're
work,
negative
and
about a lot
We're
of
negative
shit.
about ourselves.
Right. That's in the car, though.
Very true.
We can get super neg.
Yep.
But when we see someone we like doing cool work, then we are inspired to pitch ideas on it, and also we just enjoy it. We are not afraid. We are definitely not afraid to tell someone when we like it.
Yeah,
So
I'm the same way, or I try to be the same way.
yeah, you are.
If I like something, I go like, "Hey, I like that joke."
Yep. So do we.
And people are grateful for it for the most part because not a lot of people do it.
Totally, not a lot of people
And
do it.
if someone gives you a tag, that is the best. I will literally
It's a huge
never
compliment.
forget. I also want to have a thing at my funeral where people line up and say tags I gave them.
And
I want a goddamn line up, wherever I get buried.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be soon.
I mean, we gave Sarah Silverman a tag about, 10 years ago. It was one of our proudest stand-up moments, and she used it, and it was funny.
Well, it was nice for us, and then she used it, which was a compliment back to us, saying, like, I loved it. And, I mean, we've given and received.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It's truthfully is, again, it reminds you that, hey, we're in a community here. Yeah. And there's something about that that's enjoyable. I feel like as the Comedy Store has sort of resurfaced back into prominence after it had been kind of out in the wilderness for a while, you feel the community that is there. And so you come on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night when we're all performing, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. These are all my friends. I'm going to actually go in the room and watch these people do their thing.
Absolutely. Totally.
So
I'm never more arrogant than when someone goes like, hey, thanks for that tag. And I'm like, what did I give you?
Which one?
I don't even remember. I throw out so many of these things. I don't even remember.
I can testify to that to people, for all of you guys. You guys give me, the Sklars give me so many tags, and really like will say like, oh, blow that out more, like 2 more of that. And even Neal, the first time you and I ever met was a Doug Loves Movies when I did Wahlberg. Yeah. And even right after that show, you were like, hey man, that was genuinely funny shit. Yeah. So you guys are those people that you're claiming to be.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's fine to do that.
And then we're negative. A cool tag story?
Yes, I do. Cool? Yeah, for sure.
I gave for Rock has a special coming out, Netflix. I gave him a tag the day of the taping that he used.
Of course.
Which is like, that's a credit to him.
Yeah, because like, he's ballsy enough to try that.
I can try it.
Yeah.
At a fucking taping.
At a taping of my thing?
Fuck it.
That's awesome.
And I'll give a compliment to our buddy Nate Fridson, who we take on the road with us sometimes. He is our feature, and we will give him tags between shows on a Saturday night, sold-out show. Yeah. Yes, the feature spot isn't, the headliner spot, but it's still a sold-out room.
It's way easier.
And it's
a better spot.
It is a way better
spot. This is an entire story to let you know that we sell out shows on Saturday.
But what it is,
rare.
But I always give him credit. Very rarely. I always give him credit because he always tries it.
Yeah, he tries it. That fearlessness.
Well, he has to. He's petrified of you.
That's right. And we like to keep it that way.
Yes. All right, you guys want to do a second story?
Another story.
Okay, here we go. Stuart, Florida.
Hey, by the way, guys, I write my own act.
You do?
That's pretty amazing,
still?
right? Yeah, I still write my own act. Go ahead.
At this point, I would think you'd be past that, but that's great.
Fine.
I got 10 minutes on Jacksonville. I hope nobody gets to it. Cat Williams did 10 minutes in Jacksonville in his new Netflix special. What?
I love it.
Literally 10 minutes in Jacksonville. Go ahead.
That's what we do when we go around. All right, go.
Stuart, Florida. A Florida man complaining.
I thought that was the guy's name.
It does seem
Stuart, Florida, to me would be the guy doing the most fucked up.
He's
shit.
the amalgam of all those.
In my head, that's what most people in Florida are named
Stuart,
until
Florida.
they tell me differently.
Right. Stuart,
and even
Florida,
then, I'm like, who? Stu Florida over here? Go ahead.
Like Stu Florida sounds like a guy who owns a furniture store in Dallas.
Yeah.
This is Stu Florida.
Stu Florida, come down to our showroom in Deep Ellum.
Stuart, Florida. A man complaining about his dinner to police has landed in trouble.
So if you're complaining about your dinner to cops, that means a lot of people weren't listening to you before that.
That's right.
You complained to a lot of people, and no one gave
your
you
wife.
This is what happens when you give people too much power through Yelp.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
this is a function of Yelp.
It's like your joke.
You hit send on Yelp, and then you're like, not enough. Hello, 911.
Mm-hmm. It's like your joke
the Beethoven
joke. In the
special, which
which guys? I got so many of these jokes.
I'm like an ATM on Coco Avenue.
10,000.
Oh yeah,
10,000 thumbs down on YouTube for a Beethoven song, and someone's like, "I know music. I'm from Tampa."
Yeah, that is correct.
Ridiculous.
I've been on Florida's ass for a long time. I swear.
So there it is.
Florida.
The 51-year-old man was charged with misusing the emergency 911 line after he called dispatchers twice to complain about the size of the meal that was served to him.
The size
at Krabby's.
Not even the content.
Seafood shack.
The portions.
So he liked it. He just wanted more of it.
And if this guy isn't Jewish, I don't know who is. Go on, guys.
Okay, ready? Here, I'm going to play this now.
I don't know who is.
What's the old Jewish joke? The size.
What a guy got to do to be called an anti-Semite?
The food was terrible in such small portions.
Exactly. He's an 80-year-old Jewish man. It's too Florida.
He's getting food, and you know that he's sitting with someone, a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband, whoever he's with, and he's sitting with them, and he is telling them, I'm going to call the cops. Do not call the cops.
This is his filibuster move. This is his nuclear option.
Who started a bit and had to go through it.
I hope so.
Fuck it. I'm calling the cop. I'm going to see the manager. Fuck that. I'm yes-anding that, and I'm calling the cops.
I know you're making a joke here, but in his marriage, if he doesn't follow through, what then? You know what I mean? Like, this is about... Okay, you don't believe me? This is about, okay, I'm going to take all your shit in the garage and light it on fire.
Oh, you're saying, yes.
I'm saying in front of his wife.
I feel like the wife, maybe, I'd like if he was complaining about his wife's dish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the hell's going on? Like
right.
that he had to prove, like, you don't care about me at all. Baby, I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah. All right, let's turn this up, Brennan. Because is this the 911 call?
Yeah, so this is his call. Okay, ready?
Great.
Are you guys ready for this? This is the call of
whatever
him.
This is, I don't deserve this.
This is the audio gift of all gifts of him calling into 911.
Police Fire Medical.
Too small.
911 emergency. You should call Police Fire Medical.
Yes. Can I call for an officer?
What?
I'm sorry, you need what?
I call for an officer because I was just speaking to a dispatcher and I was telling her I buy crabby seafood and I ordered something that it was extremely so small and they charged me money.
I need you to call back on a non-emergency line.
Okay, so who do I call?
Who do you call?
772.
That's where she just goes Ghostbusters.
Yeah. She's making up shit. Don't no girl have no 800 number.
Okay, what is that for?
That's for the non-emergency number.
Yeah, but that's for an officer to come?
That's for the non-emergency number for you to make your report, yes.
What the? This woman. Meanwhile, someone's like hanging out of a house that's on fire right now.
Sir, you need to call that number. This is 911 for emergencies. Hang up and call that number.
Look at how much he's tying up this line.
Okay, 772 what?
Shut up! She told you, dumbass. Shut up. Where's the ATM guy to
write this down for me, honey. This number you're giving me, write it down.
Can you call them for me? And
can you pitch me? Hey, will you call me tomorrow and remind me to call that other number?
Brandon, keep that up because minutes later.
This is a tag that I tried to give Sebastian that he didn't use.
Why didn't he use it?
It's about before Yelp and any of these things. Back in the 80s, if you got bad service, you just took it.
Yeah.
So you could go to a restaurant, and if you got diarrhea for the rest of your life, whenever you drove past it, you go, that's the diarrhea Mexican.
That's right.
Then that was our Yelp.
Yep. That was our Yelp.
Just, you would tell it to people around you.
In your car with you.
They had to be in your car or on your bike, on your tricycle.
That's right.
On your tandem bike.
Or unicycle.
Yes.
It had to be in earshot.
Yes. Within earshot, Yelp was just, I got diarrhea. Fuck that place. I got diarrhea. We didn't have Yelp. We didn't have Google. We didn't have TripAdvisor. We didn't have, God knows, we had 911. We didn't know
We didn't use it. Right. We certainly didn't use it.
So
our lives were spent not knowing how long it was going to take to get to a place and needing someone to tell you if that
even
place
if we knew, who would we tell?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
How would we let someone know that?
Also, our lives back then were like, I'll meet you here, and then that was it.
And then how do I know when you're there? But just
that's the thing. People say to me, they're like, what did we do before cell phones? I said, we made plans. If I told you I'll be there on Tuesday at 2:00,
you were there.
If I didn't call you the morning before you left your house or the night before, guess where I'll be tomorrow?
I'll say this. That was one of Barry Sobel's best bits
I flaked.
in that early thing. I
just flaked.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just flaked.
And that is about California being ahead of the curve.
Being ahead of the curve in terms of
he did that bit in the early 90s.
So early on.
So I think about that bit once a month.
I think about that all. So and like he's like you make plans with like 11 people and 2 show up and they're there randomly. They're there not because of your plans.
Because you would do that. You would just let a whole bunch of people know this is where I'm going to be.
I don't know that.
Does anybody want to?
Yeah.
And we would all have these. We would have swaths of time in our lives where we didn't know if a person had flaked on us or died. Yeah. So, like, if Jason and I had plans and Jason didn't show, and maybe I talked to you, Randy, later, I'd be like, have you heard from Jason?
Maybe I'll see him Monday.
People didn't flake.
Yeah,
they showed out here because but New York, DC,
people didn't flake. You had to hold people
Philly,
accountable
Chicago.
To it. Exactly.
You were there, and you got there, and you got a 15-minute window, and if not, then people would truly think that you were in the hospital. You were in the hospital a lot of the time.
That's
because we didn't have the safety. We didn't have the safety.
Serious injuries. Yeah, exactly. No one had
no airbags.
We didn't have fucking airbags. We didn't have helmets. You've seen the bits.
Are you going to play the second call from this?
Yes, of course I am.
God.
You can almost hear in his call the person he's with just shaking their head.
Just
like,
stop
do
it.
not hang up the phone.
No, you hang on and let me finish this call.
That other person is permanently
I don't
in
hear it at
SMH
all.
mode.
I honestly don't hear that person at all. I think this guy is 1,000% on his side.
Police, fire medical.
I'll call police.
Okay, sir, you need to call back.
I like that she's right on it. Like,
She's like,
this.
this-
Like,
No.
I tried that, but I couldn't get through.
No, the line is working fine. 287-1122.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right.
Oh
Hey, I just
my
wanna say-
God.
She cut
I
him
just want to
off.
say this is
Shut
a
it
good
down.
this is a good idea for a podcast and a good podcast. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Shut it down. He's like, I have a few tags for this podcast. We're like, we'll use them, man.
But
We'll use 'em.
that's the moment where everyone in his life has a gut check, and they're like, do I hang around anymore for this? Or am
Right.
I
Yeah.
out?
Like,
Right.
to me,
You gotta
I
leave.
feel like we should go one step further, and all of his friends should be able to Yelp him. Shouldn't you be able to Yelp your friends?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
friend
we're going to
Yelp,
have that eventually.
Friend
There
Yelp
will be
to
a
I mean,
me.
you
rating.
kinda do.
I think in Asia, somewhere in China, there's already like a rating system for each person.
I love
Yes.
it.
And you can see what the rating is
Guy's
based
like
on.
1.5 stars across
Can I
the
rate
board.
a random Chinese guy?
Well, if-
I would basically, I would fight every rating.
You would actually go back.
I'd be like, fuck you.
3.5 stars?
I've seen what you done. I've seen what you wrote. My stories are good.
Or I was going to say, you're fighting the ratings of random Chinese people.
No, his
3.5
own ratings.
No, I was going to say 3.5 stars for Jing Li. Are you kidding me? This guy's a.
I can tell a story
national
off
treasure.
stage. Other
Yeah,
people. I
please.
also know how to share
Name
the table.
droppy, name droppy.
Randy, you said like
I've actually met those people.
everyone in the restaurant already knew about this issue before he called. So imagine if server, he's like, oh, this is just a little small. Sorry, sorry, you
Sir,
already ate it. Because that was he had already eaten his food.
That's also what happens when poor people go to rich restaurants.
They're
When you
like,
go
"We
to
gotta
rich
find a way out of
restaurants,
this."
here's the truth, guys.
It's not-
If you go up a level money wise, at the next level of food, the portions are not that big.
Right.
Because
It
they
gets
know that
just-
you're probably old and because you're rich and you don't got the metabolism to do a
That's
fucking
why I just stick to
barrel
the
of
Cheesecake
food.
Factory.
That's
Those
right.
portions are staying big,
big,
baby.
big.
Claim jumper.
The TCPalm.com reported Nelson Augusto, that's his name, was arrested Monday. Police told the newspaper he complained the clams he was eating were so small he didn't want to pay for them. In a 911 call released police, he said, I ordered something and it was extremely so small. He was arrested and expected in court.
I love that he's arrested.
Oh, if I had a friend
I'm
who
all
did that,
over
I'd be
it.
like,
What's
I'm
he arrested for?
For fake.
for misuse of
misuse
the
of
911
911.
emergency. They would have let it go on the first one. You
When
do a
did this
second call.
happen?
This is like calling
Are you
an
fighting
NBA
that?
foul for flopping.
It's calling. It's
a flopping foul.
yelling fire in a crowded theater.
To
Yes.
me, it is a flopping foul on an NBA court.
Yes.
I love it.
That's
I
story
fake
number
it.
2, boys.
I love it.
Oh, this
Great
guy.
story. We never had one.
And he
anything
got
remotely like
arrested and what? Fined?
He's going to be fined. I'm
Oh,
sure
he'll
it'll be a
definitely be
citation or something like that. You
Because
can't
they have
misuse
evidence that he
especially
did
after the
it.
second warning.
When he goes to jail, I wonder if he's going to get some clams up his ass.
Is that enough for you?
And then he calls the warden over and is like, "These are too small.
Oh.
The portion was too small.
These dicks are way too small."
I followed Dice 2 weeks ago, by the way.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
On Twitter?
No, in life. In life.
Live
down the
stand-up
street?
comedy. Live stand-up comedy at the
Fantastic.
Comedy Store.
You know, we've done that. We did that years ago and then wrote a bit about it.
Did you really?
Yeah, because it was a horrible experience, but it was also his intro of us was the most disrespectful thing ever, and if it was disrespectful and funny,
Yeah.
then we would have had nothing to say about it. It was disrespectful and not funny,
So you were like, we got
to make it
guy.
funny and
Yeah.
go into this cat, and it was really fun.
Yeah. It's a great
He
bit.
got my intro right because he wants to work.
Oh,
He wants to team up.
and by the way, that's where you know where you're at. That's the heat check. Is
Yes.
like we're here.
I honestly do not with intros. I go, which phony cocksucker still wants to talk to me? And if there's enough of them, I go, all right,
I'm in. I still got it.
I'm not even kidding. Like,
cat right
if I
here,
go to an
I still
Emmy
got it.
party,
Yeah.
and like people will talk to me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I'm
Still
done.
around.
Still got
I'm all
Thank
right.
God. Thank God.
Yeah,
Thank
I
God.
think
Thank God. This guy bullshitted me
Yeah,
for
this
20 minutes.
Total piece of shit.
Douche.
Bullshitted me for 20 minutes.
Total inveterate, top to bottom.
Let's all do it together.
360.
Talking about Dice?
Total piece of shit.
Let's take a break. When we come back, one last story. Give me a little tease, Dan. A little tease.
Somebody's already mentioned something like this. It's a ticket in Quebec that could not be more ridiculous. Getting a ticket.
I love it. Quebec. And then we have a voicemail from the former Vice President Al Gore, which I'm very excited about.
Yes.
So stay tuned. There's more Dumb People Talk right after this.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT, Dumb People Town.
Glad you're here.
I'm going to say this. Neal Brennan, we follow you on Instagram and follow you on the Twits, and you are fantastic on both.
Guys, thank you very much.
You're welcome. But for our fans out there, it's just Neal
we want to build up our Instagram. So follow us on Instagram. We're at Sklar Brothers. Follow Daniel, Van Kirk, and
Neal Brennan.
And if you're in the New York area on February 25th, our live podcast of Dumb People Down at the Bell House is selling out.
Yep.
It is very close to being sold out, and we'll maybe add a second one.
We can sell it out.
We're recording a little in advance, so it might be sold out by now. So check, find out. There might already be a second show.
No, and I'd love to add a second show, right?
The website. You'll be the last one to know.
It'll be super fun.
All right, we have one more story.
Here we go. Sent in by Rick Hiladie. Hiladie,
which I think is a Spanish word for ice cream.
Can I talk about something real quick?
It's got
nothing to do with anything, and then I need to promote something.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Do you remember how saturated the 80s were with kidnapping? Mm-hmm. Fears of kidnapping.
Yes. Dobermans, quicksand, cobras, and kidnapping.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there was a where was I? I don't remember. I think I was reading this maybe in the New Yorker, but there was a like Adam Walsh and John Walsh and all that shit. And so how many people? Oh no, it was in that book Fantasyland by Kurt Anderson.
The last book you'll ever read.
Yep. Last book.
No. By the way, book on tape.
Could
Anyhow, book on tape.
Narrated by Ice Cube.
Read to me. I got some money. I have a little bit of money.
Read to me.
You read to me. Hey, dummy. You read to me.
Put me to sleep, Arthur.
So how many people? You guys were alive and in ripe kidnapping age.
Perfect. We had
how many people a year on average do you think were being kidnapped? Because most Amber Alerts are it's custody issues.
Yeah, it's a parent thing.
How many people were cold,
legitimately
a stranger abducts
and grabbed
a
the kid?
little kid?
I never get to play these games.
This is a great game.
Number. So this is per year.
Do you have like an 80s like stat yearly?
I don't have a specific. There was a year that John Walsh said that he estimated around 50,000 kids were getting abducted a year, and then somebody actually did the research.
Okay, I have my number.
And
this is great. I love that.
I'm going to guess 88, 89. But yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think, Dan?
The year's 88, 89.
I'm
That's
guessing,
not the number.
No.
Okay, go.
37.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2,000.
Okay.
I'm going to say 450.
300.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's close.
It.
Yeah, 300 kids.
300 kids.
The amount of literature and fucking
and press coverage.
And
maybe it worked.
And you'd say that, but I don't think the desire's there. Who wants a fucking kid?
To me, I'm like only people who don't have kids would take a kid.
Ever.
That's it. Dumbest idea ever.
I gotta pee. I gotta
just trying to get my kid dressed today was like, someone take it.
Someone come and take her.
Someone please take. I love her to death,
but no one, and a girl no less.
Yes.
Still don't want her.
No.
I'm like,
still don't want her.
Maybe China had it right.
There's more to that joke that I'm not doing because these podcasts, they don't do these things.
Right. That's right.
These are permanent records.
What do you want to promo?
I want to promo me and Whitney Cummings. I wrote a movie with Whitney called The Female Brain, which comes out February 9th.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Blake Griffin, your friend Blake Griffin's in it.
Yes, love Blake Griffin.
Whitney, me, Cecily Strong, Sofia Vergara.
Love it.
James Marsden's funny.
Great.
This lady Lucy Punch is funny. Dion Cole is funny.
Great.
Awesome.
I love every single person you're naming.
Forgetting That's, I think, the list.
In theaters?
In theaters, yeah.
Holy shit.
It's like awesome. IFC, so it's only like 30 theaters. But, and then it's on VOD.
And what's it called again?
I love
Female Brain.
Okay.
Nice.
So
here's the deal.
Check it out.
On the 9th, you go see that movie or get it on VOD. And then the next week, you go into the movies. Ours is in 10 theaters.
10 cities.
10 cities.
That's awesome. What's the movie?
It's a it's a documentary about poop. And it's comedians and people talking. And
scientists and other people talking. Why is this on this subject that it happens to everybody? Everybody does it, yet not a lot of people talk about it.
What's it called?
It's called Poop Talk.
And it is a open and honest discussion about shitting, and it is really funny and really interesting.
You know who likes talking about shitting? She's Mary Lou Henner. Did you talk to her?
No, we did not.
I've seen her talk. She has talked openly about it because she wrote a lot of like health books. When I saw her on Letterman talking about it,
it feels
because no one
so
ever talks
good.
about it.
I will say that
people don't. It's amazing how universal it is, and yet everybody has a story.
I don't love talking about it.
Me either. I didn't either, but
then there were people who doing this who loved talking about it and were great to listen to about it. And people had some stories. Kira Sultanovich's story about leaving Russia and her story involved a handful of shit is one of the most triumphant stories I've ever heard. It's fantastic. Wonderful. So there's a lot of that. Brad Williams has a great story. There's a good comedy in there about shitting. So on the 9th, you do this one, the female brain.
Yep.
And then the next week, Poop Talk.
Boom. There you go. We just did your 2 weekends of activity right there.
You got it.
Covered.
Hope you live in a good city, guys, because they ain't going to small markets.
VOD, baby. If you're not in that city, get on VOD.
Last story, Dan.
All right, so it is sent in by Rick Hilady at Hilady, Hi Lady, maybe? Hiladie.
Okay, Hi Lady.
An Ottawa man who forgot to lock his car says he feels like he's been robbed, even though his vehicle and its contents were never touched by thieves. Police in, this is where I'm not good with geography names, Gatineau?
Fine.
Gatineau.
Who's going to challenge it?
Oh, we'll find the one.
Someone will.
They'll reach out.
Neal Brennan, you motherfucker. I would never see your movie. You second wave hag.
Get the name of this city right.
Gatineau handed David Carrier a ticket last Wednesday citing a bylaw requiring drivers to lock up after they park. The province's highway safety code states no person may leave an unattended a road vehicle that is in his custody without previously removing the ignition key and locking the doors. So they are giving tickets for people who don't lock their doors.
Wow.
And it's Canada. That's Canada telling
people leave
their houses unlocked in Canada.
Carrier,
you didn't lock your door, you get a ticket.
Carrier said the officer who issued the fine was peering through vehicle windows along this parking lot.
It's the guy from Beat Up the ATM. He became a cop.
He became a cop.
Carrier is the guy from a Mr. Mr.
I give people for not locking the door.
When he left his car and walked to a nearby restaurant. Quote, I thought I was seeing someone robbing cars or something like that, he told CTV Montreal on Tuesday. As he got closer, it became apparent that he was wearing some kind of uniform, and then I took him to be a security guard.
Can I ask an honest question for real?
Yes.
Neil and Dan and Jay, you can do this too because you all have cars. What are the errands or the places you'll go where you will leave? Do you at all leave your car unlocked when you leave it?
I have a Tesla. Next question.
There you go.
None.
Okay, now.
Lights out.
If I'm
Tesla to me says you have no kids.
If I would leave it unlocked,
that's correct. Not a care in the world.
I don't know.
I am my own baby.
There you go.
Go ahead.
If I had to run in somewhere that it's like literally a storefront, like a 7-Eleven, I can see my car the entire time.
You would keep it unlocked and hop in.
Maybe, but yeah,
I have another thing. Go, and then I'll tell you.
My whether I lock it or not depends on what's in my car. So if my computer's in my car, then I again,
I don't even trust that. I take my computer with me, or I put it in the trunk.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if nothing's in the car, just a bunch of.
There have been a couple of times where I have run in to do something and I didn't lock the door, and the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, "That was stupid. That was stupid. That was."
Yeah,
stupid.
I have a what it's like to date Neal Brennan story.
Ooh, I've wondered.
My ex, you'll know why in a second, didn't like me bringing my phone to dinner. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
would you lay it on the table?
So I left it. No, I would just put it in my pocket. So I left it in the car, and guess it got broken into. This is like a year ago.
Yeah,
the kid.
The kid got broken into
a year and a half ago,
and phone stolen.
Yes.
Okay.
Only phone stolen.
Downtown.
Guess who likes holding a grudge?
Neal Brennan.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. Do you list obviously you know people who are famous in your phone? Do you list them by their actual name or?
I do, and I make I literally think it's funny.
Yeah.
And if you can break into my phone,
go call Blake Griffin.
Go call fucking. You know what Will Smith's listed under? Will Smith. Because it's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
That I shouldn't have his number. I want to get caught, bro. I shouldn't have a lot of these numbers.
No, you shouldn't. This just shows you how much you shouldn't have these numbers.
Exactly.
You're like the human embodiment of WikiLeaks.
That is correct.
You're the contactless WikiLeaks.
Yes.
You're like a iPhone 10 Julian Assange.
Yes.
So I'd like that. I assume that you had the 10.
Sure, you know what? You were right, yet I don't.
Okay.
It's
I'm
on
right
brand.
To assume I'm on
it's
brand.
on brand.
But you got to get up to your own brand here.
One time, I think Pete Holmes asked me if I had the iPhone 7, and I said, "Grow up." Just to put it in perspective, what a phony.
No answer, no real answer. Just grow up.
Right.
Just grow up.
What were you going to say? Remember what?
Just that when we were in Chicago, downtown Chicago, we were with our friends.
Yes.
Our friend who's a doctor and his wife, friends from Michigan, and
we did a comedy show.
We did a comedy show at the Laugh Factory or something there in downtown Chicago, and they parked and by accident left their window open
and the keys,
not the keys, his cell phone in the car, window open. And I was like, we came back to the car and everything was there. And I was like, Chicago, you fucking failed.
Yeah.
Like, who did this car should be gone? This car should be gone and stripped apart. Shut the city down.
Shut the city down.
I have two stories, if you don't mind.
Please.
Guys, if I could have the floor quickly.
Yep, you got it.
The chair recognizes Neal Brennan.
One of the things is I don't even lock my house sometimes because I don't have anything of value in my house.
To be taken.
Nothing is valuable anymore.
Right.
TVs, you go to Best Buy, they'll give you a TV. They have so many flat screens right now.
We've had people on the show that we've talked about that have tried that.
Yeah.
They have what's the flat screen? The biggest flat screen, you get a 70-inch flat screen for $140.
Fact.
Out the door.
Fact.
That's mostly installation, by the way.
That's all.
That's mostly installation. So again, I've got a 4-year-old Mac. Okay, you can have it.
Yeah.
I've been looking to get a new one anyway.
Thank you.
And
so you just have tons of insurance.
No, I just don't have. I don't have anything.
Okay.
You're not attached to it.
I just don't have anything.
Right.
I wouldn't want them to take my computer because I have shit on it. Mm-hmm. But it's backed up.
Put it in the cloud, bitch.
Yeah, it's in the cloud, bitch. And then secondly, I used to have this system in New York. I lived on the. I had if you take nothing away from this podcast, just that I'm a phony piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I had a penthouse apartment in New York, or as my brother used to call it, apartment 11C, because he hated admitting that I had a penthouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny.
Kevin, please.
Fucking
please. And Kevin was staying at my place, and I used to leave the door open because, if you can get past the doorman,
it's yours.
And then pick my apartment at random,
it's yours.
and then get the shit out of the building.
Have at it.
God bless you.
Yep. Have at it.
Kevin
he was laying the gauntlet.
Yeah. So Kevin said he came home, and there was a guy in my apartment laying on an ottoman. And Kevin's only description was, Neal, this guy was black as night, which is so hilarious and racist and nonsensical.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was made up.
Yeah. Yes.
No one was laying in my apartment. Kevin has OCD.
And he wanted to get you to start locking the door.
He thought he would prey on my...
And you're
not non-existent fear of black dudes, but damn near. Because to me, I hear black guys in my apartment. I was like, did he want to write anything?
Yeah. Let's work on it. Let's
have an idea.
You saw the potential of future work.
Yeah,
I love that.
What are we
working on here?
What are we doing?
All right, so what happened to this dude?
He thought he was seeing somebody rob cars. He got closer. He realized it was a cop. Maybe he was patrolling the shops. And then he realized he was checking to see if people's doors were locked or not. So now they're just walking around trying to catch people.
That's creepy.
Yes. Yeah. He said he was inside the steakhouse.
What's the law?
That's breaking in.
Law is you got to
lock your car.
Carrier said he was inside the steakhouse. By the time he realized his vehicle was unlocked, he said he was greeted by the officer and he returned. He was like, oh shit, I forgot to lock my car. So he went back and he met the cop there. The cop said, quote, he said, I have to give you a ticket. I said, it's okay. I'm at the Baton Rouge. I can be parked here. And he goes, no, I'm giving you a ticket for having your car doors
for trusting
unlocked.
too much.
Yeah. It's a trust.
These are cops who don't want to fill out
I'm giving you a ticket for not wearing a Hurt Locker suit.
Right.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
There are bombs all around
Everywhere.
Gatineau police have issued 467 tickets for unlocked cars in 2017. Last year, in 2016, they issued 517. I'm going to ask you guys, how much do you think the ticket is for?
Canadian money or American?
American dollars
Okay,
is what they have it listed.
I'm going to go with $45.
Okay.
$45.
Jay,
$65.
$65.
I'm gonna say this was like one of those $87 one that makes you so mad.
Okay. The ticket, the price, the citation for leaving your door unlocked and having found out by police is $52.
Ooh, Neal
Nice. Brennan.
In the ballpark.
Yes.
I understand stupid laws.
He understands it. He gets it.
I understand stupid fines.
They said they designed this crime to reduce crimes of opportunity. We can all, as citizens, help prevent crime. An easy way is by locking your doors. The guy who got the ticket, we're going to get out of here quickly on this. He took to Facebook to vent his frustration. He said he tried to explain to the officer that he was only in the restaurant for 2 minutes before returning. The officer said it was too late. He was just doing his job. Instead of catching people breaking into cars, they're punishing people who are not committing a crime. And in my case, someone who was in the process of complying with the law but did not even know it existed. He said, this is what I love.
Dumb law.
He said he's going to fight it even if he has to pay the $89 in court fees. He doesn't care. And then he said this. The nanny state. Next time I visit, I will lock the doors but leave my windows rolled down. As I read it, that's not technically illegal.
Oh, I love this
Any
guy.
other stupid laws I should be aware
Stick
of?
it back to him. Or
they fuck with the wrong guy.
His only repercussion, call 911.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All right, before we get out of here, we have a voicemail from Al Gore. He's talking about the wildfires and what it means. I mean, I feel like who better to talk about that than Al Gore?
You have one new voice message.
Hello, Randy and Jason. It's Al Gore here. I just want to let you know that these recent wildfires in Southern California, they came as no surprise to me. I knew long ago, in 1988, when I invented the internet, that this day would come. I ran a lot of different algorithms on the computer, and they literally algorithms what I was running, and they showed that the cloud cover would soon turn into an atmosphericless planet we would have. Little ozone, very little protection from the sun. And when the sun starts burning and melting the glaciers, look out. Look out, Miami. It is going to be a fun time for you. But that's why this is happening. That's why things are burning. The sun's too hot and we don't have the protection. And Donald Trump is he doesn't get it, guys. So take cover, get your underground bunkers ready, because we're going to have to go subterranean to survive this. This is Al Gore with another Inconvenient Truth signing off.
Okay. Yeah.
That explains it.
I believe everything that Al Gore says.
Al Gore is the person.
I think everything he says is a convenient truth. That's me. Neal Brennan, thank you for joining the show,
I
dude.
had fun, guys.
Go see his movie on February 9th, The Female Brain. And then follow him on Twitter and follow him on all that stuff and all that things. Yeah. This is great. And, we got to get back to work.
Hey guys, Jason Sklar, Randy Sklar, Dan Van Kirk.
Yes.
And our guest on Dumb People Town this week is Neal Brennan.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Neal.
Our guest this week is Neal Brennan. There's a lot of that going on in the show. And
a guy who's not happy with his food and got arrested for it.
And
don't call 911 if you're not happy with your dinner.
Stupid laws be damned.
Don't punch an ATM.
We will take you to task, and Neal Brennan tells a few of the best stories that we've heard on this show.
I agree.
All involving money.
Yeah, all involving.
I don't like to be likable.
Yeah,
no,
and so
I don't want anyone rooting for me.
You
don't
come off
you
very
dare
unlikable.
for 1 second.
I
root for me.
dare you to listen to this.
I dare you to like Neal Brennan when
and
this
then
is done.
Root for him when it's all done.